Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody today? Hi, today, welcome to today's live lesson. I'm excited because this is the first time I've ever done a live lesson on a Monday. It's the first time I've ever done a live lesson on Monday, so I'm excited. I'm excited to do this lesson today. I haven't done this before. Hopefully, there are people who can join today who haven't been able to join in the past. So uh, I'm trying to be as flexible as possible. I'm trying to get as many people to join or who can join. I am gonna experiment with different times as well. I just need to figure out my. It's tough with my schedule because I work all day, but we'll figure it out, and I'll try to get some different times going as well for anybody who can't join during this time or in the morning when I do it on Saturdays. But nevertheless, it's good to see you. Coney, hey, how are you? I was good to see that I already got that message when I first started the lesson. That's great. Thank you so much for that. It's a good way to start the live. So what we'll be doing today is we will be doing phrasal verbs. This will be a new set of 10. And if you joined me not last week, but the week before, we did a lesson on phrasal verbs. We did two live lessons on phrasal verbs. In the last lesson, it was 10 very common phrasal verbs. And today's phrasal verbs, the last phrasal verbs I inputted it into ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT what are the most common phrasal verbs that are used in the US. Other than the 10 that we'd already done before, what are 10 of the most common phrasal verbs? And ChatGPT gave me this list. And I looked at them, and they are very, very good. Some are very easy, some might be new, and we'll go over all 10 of them today. So as always, I will put the lesson on the screen. You can see it now. Today, we'll go over each phrasal verb. We'll go over the meaning of each phrasal verb. And then after that, I'll give you a sort of a test, an exercise where you can see if you can remember what each phrasal verb means. I'll give you a sentence, a fill-in-the-blank sentence, and you have to choose the correct phrasal verb to complete the sentence. So there'll be 10 of those. Now, if anybody is joining for the first time, if you're watching on the replay for the first time, just to give a brief, very, very brief overview, a phrasal verb. Okay, a phrasal verb is basically going to be one of these here. It can be a verb plus an adverb. It can be a verb plus a preposition. All right, so either one of those, when we have two words together and it makes a new verb, a new word, a new meaning, that's a phrasal verb. Now, some are very easy to understand. Turn around, that is easy. It just means to turn 180 degrees. Some are a little bit more difficult. You just have to remember the meaning. Turn up means to increase the volume. So in today, our list, we will have some easy ones and some more difficult ones. And as we're doing the lesson, if there are any questions about grammar, then I will go over that grammar at that point. So you can see there is some extra grammar here, but I'm not going to cover that today. I want to go straight into the vocabulary. And the very first vocabulary word here is get ahead. Get ahead. So what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to tell me, what does get ahead mean? What does get ahead mean? And while you're thinking of that, I'm just going to put a message on the community site saying that we have started. All right, so 1 second. All right, so get ahead. We have to figure out what this means. And I'll give you the answer for this one. So basically, get ahead means that you want to succeed. You want to succeed in your life, at work. You want to progress further towards success, towards your goal. All right, so let's make this a little bit smaller, and let me put the definition right here. All right, so to get ahead means that you want to succeed or make progress, especially in your career. You could say it in something else. It doesn't have to be only your career, but most of the time when we use this phrasal verb, we're talking about our job and our career. So if you want to get ahead, you need to work very hard. Right? If you want to get ahead, you need to work very hard. If you want to get ahead, you need to make connections. Right? So that means if you want to succeed in your career, you need to make connections. You need to work hard. All right, so that's the first one. Get ahead means to succeed or progress, especially in your career. All right, next, we're going to look at the phrasal verb hang out. Hang out. What does hang out mean? All right, so hang out can have a couple of meanings. One is you can hang out alone. Another one is you hang out with people. So most of the time, if we're going to hang out, it's either one of those, alone or with people. And basically what it means to spend time relaxing or enjoying oneself. Okay, so to spend time relaxing. And let's make this screen a little bigger so it all fits in here. Okay. There we go. A little wider over here. So to spend time relaxing or enjoying oneself. Oneself means yourself. So to spend time relaxing or enjoying oneself. For instance, if I said it was with my friend, maybe I could say, I hang out with my friend Okay, very good example sentence, past tense sentence. I hung out with my friends on the weekend. I hung out with my friends on the weekend. That means I spent time relaxing and enjoying myself with my friends. Okay. I could also make a different sentence if it's not with people, if it's myself. I could say this sentence. All right, I could say, I like to hang out at home. I like to hang out at home. This means maybe by myself. I like to hang out at home. All right, so get ahead means to succeed or progress in your career. Hang out means you're going to spend time relaxing and enjoying yourself. Okay, so let's go and do the next one. Next one is look after. Look after. What does look after mean? look after. And maybe I'll give you guys an example sentence. Let's say, what if I said this sentence? I need to look after my baby brother this weekend. I need to look after my baby brother this weekend. What do you think that means? All right, so this one here, to look after, it means to take care. To take care of someone or something. To take care of someone or something. Ooh, my spelling, my typing is terrible today. Oh no. All right, so to look after means you're going to take care of someone or something. Look after. So I need to look after my baby brother, or my friend asked me to look after his pet while he was on a trip. All right, so far so good. If you have any questions while we're doing this lesson, feel free to ask in the comment section. Also, if you're watching on the replay as well, you can ask any question at any time. All right, let's go to the next one. How many have we done? We've done 3 so far. We have 7 more. All right, and I need to change this one. In the very last minute, I actually changed this one. It's not going to be check in. It's actually going to be check on. Okay, so check on, but not check in. All right, so to check on. What does check on mean? Check in, I think everybody knows what that means. Check in is when you go to an airport, you check in at the airport. That's a little bit different than check on. Okay, check on is going to be completely different. All right, so let me give you an example sentence here, and we can see if you can understand it that way. Now, if I said that there, I checked on my friend because he didn't come to work. I checked on my friend because he didn't come to work. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Checked on my friend because he didn't come to work. All right, so here, checked on, it means that you're going to make sure, someone is okay. You're going to make sure someone is okay. All right, so to check on someone means you're going to make sure someone is okay. So my friend didn't come to work, so I checked on him. That means maybe I went to his house, or I went to her house, and I knocked on the door, and I wanted to make sure that he or she was okay. So I checked on him. right? If you've ever been to the hospital, if you've ever injured yourself, if you've had to spend some time in the hospital, sometimes the nurses will say that. The nurse will be with you, the nurse will have to leave. And then she will say, or he will say, I will come check on you in about an hour. That means that after 1 hour, they will come and make sure that you are okay. All right, this is a great phrasal verb. Please remember this one, to check on someone. All right, next we've got drop off. What does drop off mean? What does drop off mean? All right, I'll give you guys an example sentence. Okay, so I dropped off my clothes at the dry cleaners. Excuse me. I dropped off my clothes at the dry cleaners. So in this sentence, drop off, what does it mean? If you want to guess what it means, leave your answer in the comment section. If not, don't worry, I will give you the answer. Drop off, it means that you are going to leave someone or something at a specific place. So you're going to leave someone or something. Leave someone or something at a place. So in the sentence on the screen, I left my clothes at the dry cleaners. Now, if you're not sure what the dry cleaner means, a dry cleaner, it's a place that cleans your clothes. They wash your clothes. So I left my clothes. That means I took my clothes, I gave it to them, and I left it there. That means to drop off. Now, in today's lesson, there's also the opposite of this. There's also the opposite of this. And I'm going to skip to that right now, actually. I should have put it next to it, but we're going to skip all the way down here. Pick up. Now, if you notice up here, drop off means you're going to leave. You're leaving someone or something at a place. Now, pick up means that you are going to collect someone or something from a place. Now, I could use the same sentence. I could say, I dropped off my clothes at the dry cleaners. Now, I could also say I picked up my clothes from the dry cleaners. All right, so I picked up my clothes from the dry cleaners. I dropped off my clothes at the dry cleaners. Now, I really want you to remember two things with drop off and with pick up. The two things I really want you to remember is this preposition at, and then this preposition from. So if you use drop off, you drop off someone or something at a location. You drop off someone or something at a location. All right, so drop off someone or something. And then it's going to be plus at. All right, I'm going to make a banner here so everybody can see it on the screen. Okay, so you drop off someone or something at the location. Now, if it's pick up, it's going to be the opposite. We're not going to be using at. We're going to be using the preposition from. So you pick up someone or something, and it's going to be from and then location. All right, so you got pick up someone or something from the location, drop off someone or something at a location. So try to remember that. Oh, no problem, Coney. Hey, how many cats do you have? And perfect sentence, Coney. My dad dropped me off at my friend's party on Saturday. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then picked me up 2 hours later. Perfect. Excellent. All right, so drop off. Remember, it can be someone or something. Okay, it can be people or things. You have 4 cats. Awesome. That's very cool. That is very, very cool. Okay, let's look at the next one. Get over. Get over. What do you guys think get over means? Now, I'm going to give you a couple of example sentences here. A couple of example sentences. Okay. Here's the first one. I finally got over my cold. I finally got over my cold. Yes, Cody, to overcome. And here it's going to be to overcome or to recover from a sickness. To overcome or to recover from a sickness. Now, it doesn't only have to be an illness. This one was easy. Illness is easy. I got over my cold. Right? But it could also mean something that's a difficult situation. So maybe you can say maybe I can say this one here. Here's another example sentence. He still hasn't gotten over the breakup. He still hasn't gotten over the breakup. All right. So this means the breakup. Maybe he and his girlfriend broke up. He and his girlfriend broke up, and it's a very difficult situation. He hasn't recovered. He hasn't overcome it yet. He's still maybe very emotional. He's very sad. He keeps thinking about her. So he's not over it yet. He hasn't gotten over it. So it can be an illness. It can be any difficult situation. Yeah, when something has to be finished. Sometimes people will tell you, hey, just get over it. It means finish it. Forget about it. Very good, Cody. Okay, so get over it means you're going to be recovering from something like an illness or a difficult situation. So let's put that onto the screen so everybody can see. Okay. So get over means to recover from something like an illness or a difficult situation. All right, next, take out. Take out What does take out mean? What does that mean? Take out. Now, we have a couple of things. I can have a couple of sentences here. Take out has a few meanings. And let's go with this sentence first. He took out the trash before leaving. He took out the trash before leaving. All right, so this means that, he's going to, the trash is inside, the garbage is inside. To take it out, he took it out means that he's moving the trash from inside to outside. Maybe today it is a garbage day. That means the sanitation workers will come to pick up the garbage. So he will take it out, take the trash out. That's one example. Another example of a sentence would be this. It's not to talk about garbage, but we're going to be talking about a date. So maybe I could say, she's taking me out to dinner tonight. She's taking me out to dinner tonight. That means it's a date. It's a date. Okay, so it means to remove something from somewhere, or it means to take someone on a date. All right, so let's put that onto the screen. And we're almost done all of our phrasal verbs. Then we'll do a little test here. So take out means to remove something or to go on a date. Remove something or to go on a date. All right, so we've already done pick up. We've got two more. Show up. Show up and turn in. Good evening, Joe. How are you today? So what about ask out? Okay, ask out is the actual question. All right, so if I want to go on a date, if I want to take someone out, first I need to ask. So if I ask someone out, that means I'm asking them to go on a date. If they say yes, then I take them out. So it's the first step and second step. Okay. What if I said, show up, show up, show up? Awesome. No problem, Coney. Nice. You are welcome. So show up, show up, show up. I'm going to give you an example sentence here for show up. And then you tell me what it means. All right. And in the meantime, I'm going to look here. And we've already got an answer from Coney. Show up means two meanings. You got one, appear. Appear is one meaning. You're 100% right. 100% is right. Appear is one meaning. So if we're writing that on the screen here, show up could mean appear, or it could also mean to arrive. Appear or arrive. He showed up to the meeting 10 minutes late. He arrived to the meeting 10 minutes late. He showed up out of nowhere. He appeared out of nowhere. Very good. All right, Poyuniku. What is ask for? Ask for means that you're asking a question. You want something. If you want something, you ask for it. Right? So if you want something, you're going to ask for it. Okay? So if you ask for you want something from someone. If I'm going to speak a little bit more formal, maybe ask for, I could say would be this, to request something from someone. To request something from someone. So maybe I could say, I asked my boss for a day off. I asked my boss for a day off. That means I requested a day off from my boss. Can you see it now, Connie? And you're right, Connie. If you're talking about appear, it can also apply for things. That is completely correct. Completely correct. And Connie, let me know if you can see the screen, if it's on there or not right now. Okay, perfect. You can see it. Nice. Poyuniku, you have a question. Ask to. Ask to would be the opposite of ask for. Ask for is I'm requesting something. I'm requesting something. Oh, that was your example. Okay, sorry. I actually thought you couldn't see my screen. Yeah, you're completely right. You're completely right. Ask to, Poyuniku, is going to be, ask for is requesting something from someone. So I'm asking for you to do something. So can you, could you, will you? Right? I asked my boss for a day off. Now, ask to, the difference here is not I'm requesting something, but it's going to be more I'm requesting to do something. It's permission. I want to do something. So I want to make sure it's okay. All right, so I want to do it. I'm not requesting. I want to do it, but I want to make sure that it's okay. All right, now last one. This is number 10. These were 10 of the most commonly used phrasal verbs according to ChatGPT, commonly used in the US. Now, turn in. What does turn in mean? Turn in has two meanings. One is very common. One is not as common. Let's see, I got a question here. So, Coney, could you give me an example of how show up with arrive, please? Good, good, good. Okay. Yeah, here's an example sentence. Let's put it onto the screen here. Let's do this one here. Despite the heavy rain, she managed to show up, arrive to the meeting on time. Despite the heavy rain, she managed to show up to the meeting on time. And for turn in, we have give something to someone. Yes. Yes. All right. Turn in, hand in, same meaning. Very good. Very good. You hand in, you turn in. So basically, what this is saying is you are submitting something. You're submitting something. Now, that's one meaning, to hand in, to turn in. You're submitting it. You're giving something to someone. The second meaning, which is not as common, but people do use it. I'm going to put it on the banner here. It means, of course, to submit something. That's number one meaning. The second meaning here is to go to bed. To go to bed. So I might say, I'm really tired. I think I'm going to turn in. All right, I'm really tired. I think I'm going to turn in. All right, here, turn in means to go to bed. All right, so two meanings to turn in. One is submit something, to hand in something. The other mean is to go to bed. So appear and arrive in that sentence both fit well. Yes, 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 yes. You are right, Coney. All right, so let's just go over a quick summary here. If some people came in late, to get ahead. To get ahead means that you are going to, let's make this smaller. This font is too big. Let's make it smaller so everybody can see. Okay, to get ahead means to succeed, to make progress, especially in your career. Hang out. Hang out means to spend time relaxing or to, enjoy yourself. Look after means to take care of someone or something. And I'm going to look after my friend's baby. I'm going to look after my friend's plants. All right. Check on. This was not check in, but check on. Check on means you're going to make sure someone is okay. My friend didn't come to work today, so I'm worried. I think I will check on him after work. That means I will go to his house, make sure that he is okay. All right, next we've got drop off. Drop off means leave someone or something at a place. I left my clothes at the dry cleaners. I dropped off my clothes at the dry cleaners. It's raining. I'll drop you off at the station. Now, next we've got get over. Get over means that you recover from an illness or a difficult situation. I finally got over my cold. He still hasn't gotten over a breakup, right? So mentally he's not ready yet. He hasn't recovered. Hey, Caleb. Hey. How are you doing, Caleb? Glad you could come. Take out. Take out means remove something. For example, we take out the trash. Or you go on a date. Pick up. If it's the opposite of drop off, you're going to collect someone or something from a place. Then we've got show up. Show up means to appear or to arrive. And last one, to turn in. Turn in means you're going to submit something, or it means you're going to go to bed. All right. So those were the 10 new phrasal verbs. These were 10 that ChatGPT gave me. ChatGPT said that this is the new ChatGPT. It's the ChatGPT 4.0. It's the newest one. And according to ChatGPT, these are 10 of the most common phrasal verbs used in spoken English in the US. So now that we know what they mean, let's see if we can remember it and complete some sentences. So in the next section here, you'll see a sentence. You'll see a blank spot, a blank space, and it says, choose an appropriate phrasal verb for each sentence. All right, so number one. After the long hike, I decided to something early and get some rest. Figure out, poinika means to solve. So you need to solve the problem. You need to figure it out. And perfect, poinika. Turn in. After the long hike, I decided to turn in. I had said to turn in early and get some rest. After the long hike, I decided to turn in early and get some rest. Yo, turn in, perfect. Poinika, great, got it, excellent. Yeah, figure out. If you ever have any problems or, if you're doing maybe for homework or you have a project, you don't know why something's not working, you need to figure it out. Okay, let's do number 2. Can you something the kids from soccer practice today? Can you something the kids from soccer practice today? All right, so what phrasal verb will we use here? All right, Coney, can you pick up the kids from soccer practice today? Perfect. That means the kids are at practice. That means I'm asking you to go to the soccer practice and get them. So can you pick up the kids from soccer practice today? Caleb, pick up, perfect. Yo, pick up, perfect. All right, number 3. She didn't something for class yesterday and the teacher noticed. She didn't something for class yesterday and the teacher noticed. What could we say here? All right, so Dio, show up. She didn't show up for class yesterday, and the teacher noticed. Perfect. Coney, she didn't show up for class yesterday, and the teacher noticed. So yes, correct answer here is going to be show up. She didn't show up. She didn't arrive. She didn't appear. She didn't go to the class yesterday. And the teacher noticed, which is not good. You never want the teacher to notice that. I have a question. Anybody's watching now, anybody watching the replay, class, when you were going to school, if you're still going to school, have you ever skipped class? You just didn't show up. Maybe you went to the beach instead. You went shopping instead. You went to a movie instead, or you just stayed home instead. We call that skipping. Have you ever skipped class? I have. But my mom always knew. I would always tell her. All right, number four. I have to something this report by the end of the day. I have to something this report by the end of the day. All right, Poinik, turn in. Turn in. Very good. Caleb, turn in the report. Very good. So it basically means to submit. So remember, this had two meanings. Two meanings. One meaning was to go to bed. One meaning was to submit. Yo, perfect. So Cody, you've never done that. Wow, that's great. That's great. That is really good. That's better not to do that. I did it, but I never went anywhere. I would just come home. I would watch soap operas, like afternoon TV shows with my mom. Yeah, she never cared. I always got good grades, so they never cared. Number 5, he's been working hard to something in his career. He's been working hard to something in his career. What is the answer for this? Almost, Coney. Change the one word. I think it was just a typo. Yo as well. I think it's typo. The first word. Change the first word. Not go. Not go. Let's see. Does anybody? There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. Get ahead. Get ahead. So he's been working hard to get ahead in his career. So yeah, this one is go ahead is a great phrasal verb. Go ahead as well, but it has a different meaning. Get ahead means to progress, to succeed at your work. You want to get ahead. Go ahead means to continue. All right, perfect. Get ahead. Okay, now let's go to number 6. They love to something at the mall on weekends. They love to something at the mall on weekends. What is your answer for this? And if you're wondering, we did turn in twice. Because it has two meanings, I did it twice in these questions. Hang out. They love to hang out at the mall on weekends. Caleb, show up would also work. They love to show up at the mall on weekends. Yeah, grammatically that works. That works. For me, I'll probably put hang out on this one. But yeah, your answer does work, Caleb. They love to hang out at the mall on weekends. That means they love to enjoy themselves. They love to relax, have fun at the mall on weekends. All right, number 7. Number 7, I need to something this package at the post office before 5 p.m. What would number 7 be? I need to something this package at the post office before 5 p.m. So I understand what you're saying here, Caleb. Turn in. And maybe I think a lot of people might say this as their first choice. But turn in this situation to submit. That means the person is expecting it. So I turn in my report to my boss because they're expecting it. But maybe at the post office, they're not expecting this package. You're just a customer. You just come suddenly. If you said, I need to turn in this package at the post office, I think most people would understand. But I think turn in is usually the other person is expecting it. So I think in this one, drop off is the better choice. I need to drop off this package. That means I'm gonna take it somewhere. I'm gonna deliver it and leave it there. So I need to drop off this package at the post office before 5 p.m. All right, number 8. It's important to something your younger siblings when your parents are away. It's important to something your younger siblings when your parents are away. Now, let's check a little vocabulary here. Does everybody understand what siblings means? What does siblings mean? What does siblings mean? Now, siblings, if you're not sure, if you've never heard of this word, or maybe you've heard of it before, but you're not really sure what siblings means, it's quite easy. It's going to be either your brother or sister. Brother or sister. All right, so perfect. Yo, sisters or brothers. Chaco, hi, by the way, hello. And it's, yes, brother and sister. Yeah. So siblings, it encompasses both brother and sister. You know, it's easier to say, do you have any siblings, or do you have any brothers or sisters? We have one word versus two. So it's important to something your younger siblings when your parents are away. Caleb, you use check on. It's important to check on your younger siblings when your parents are away. Yeah, that works. That works. That works. Now, what if your younger siblings are like 5 years old, 10 years old? They're very young. They're elementary school kids. In that situation, you won't check on them because probably you will be being with them. You can't just make sure they're okay sometimes. You have to make sure they're okay all of the time. So I like this. This works well. Check on. That would work. Okay. The other one I would say here is what? Look after. Look after. And that was what Leo here said. It's important to look after your younger siblings when your parents are away. Excuse me. Yeah, look after. Caleb, watch over them. Perfect. Perfect phrase. Watch over them. Look after. Same meaning. Great. Okay, now let's look at, we have two more, number 9 and 10. Number 9 and 10. Let me get this banner off the screen. We don't need siblings up there anymore. She finally something the flu after a week of feeling sick. Excuse me, I've got like an itch in my throat. There you go. This is what I just said. If some of you are wondering what I said. I've got an itch in my throat. That something is in my throat and it's very itchy. All right, so number 9, she finally something the flu after a week of feeling sick. And she finally got over the flu after a week of feeling sick. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. She finally got over the flu after a week of feeling sick. Perfect. That means she finally recovered. And flu, if you're wondering what does flu mean, influenza. Okay, and last one. Now remember, I did turn in 2 times. So we can't necessarily think that the remainder will be here because there should be 2. There should be 2 that I haven't used. Can you something the baby while I finish cooking? Can you something the baby while I finish cooking? What phrasal verb will you use here? Can you something the baby while I finish cooking? All right, so in this situation, let's imagine my baby is in the bedroom. My baby's in the bedroom, probably sleeping. I'm cooking. I'm cooking dinner. You know, I'm gonna have a small dinner party. Friends are coming. You've come to my house early. You're a friend of mine. Right. So while I'm cooking, the baby's in the bedroom. So I'm a little bit worried about the baby. So I ask you, can you check on the baby while I finish cooking? That means you're just going to make sure that the baby is okay. You'll go to the bedroom, you open the door, you'll look, the baby's still sleeping. Okay, yeah, baby's fine. So you're just making sure the baby's okay. So can you check on the baby while I finish cooking? All right, perfect. All right, so check on means to make sure someone is okay. In this situation, you're making sure the baby is okay. All right, so just to do a quick little review again, all of the phrasal verbs that we studied today. Get ahead means to succeed or make progress in one's career. Hang out means you're going to spend time relaxing. You're going to be enjoying yourself, having fun. Look after means take care of someone or something. You can also take care of something. Check on we just did. Make sure someone is okay. Drop off, leave someone or something at a place. Get over means to recover from something like an illness or recover from a difficult situation. Take out means to remove something. You take out the trash, take out the garbage, or you take someone on a date. Pick up means to collect something, collect someone from a place. I'll pick you up from the station. Show up means to appear, to arrive. My friend just showed up at my front door. So he suddenly appeared at my front door without warning. And last one, turn in means to submit, hand in something, or to go to bed. It's getting late, so I think I should turn in. Which is actually right now. It's midnight here, so it is getting late. I should probably turn in as well. But before I do that, does anybody have any questions about these 10 phrasal verbs? Are you comfortable with all of them? Do you understand all of them? And these phrasal verbs were 10 of the most common ones in the US. 10 of the most commonly used, like in spoken English. So if that is the US, that also means it's Canada. US English and Canadian English is very, very similar. We do have different words at times, but our phrasal verbs are going to be pretty much the same. All right, Sadio, you are good. That is good to hear. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw my lesson schedule this week. This week, I'll be doing a lot of live lessons. I'll be doing 4 this week. 4 live lessons this week. So today, Monday, is my first time doing a Monday live lesson. I'm hoping everyone liked the new day today. Next one will be Wednesday, the usual time, Thursday, usual time, and then Saturday morning as well. Caleb, can I teach math? Math, I think you're saying? It depends on the math. It depends on the math, Caleb. If I can remember it, probably. But I haven't done a lot of math in a long time. But yeah, if I can remember it, probably. What kind of math are you studying now, Caleb? So yeah, check out the lesson schedule, and hopefully you can join me on one of those days or on all of the days if you can. Otherwise, just watch on the replay. I'll probably do another phrasal verb lesson. I'm gonna do a speaking lesson on reported speech, and the final lesson I haven't decided yet, but I'll keep you guys all updated. Okay, what did you have here about speed? Well, basically, all right, Dio, perfect. I'll turn in. Thank you for the lesson. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm gonna turn in too. But yeah, great use of the phrasal verb. Dio, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again. Simple, Caleb, is gonna be anytime you want to do, any formula for speed, it's going to be distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. Right? So speed will be measured in either kilometers, miles, distance, kilometers or miles. And time is going to be either seconds, minutes, hours. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? If not, and if you have a question you remember later, you can always ask me during the replay, or just put it in the comments section. Does that make sense, Caleb? So for example, Caleb, if you went 100 kilometers and it took you 2 hours, basically that means your speed is going to be 50 kilometers per hour. With division of decimals, just move the decimals over, make it a whole number. 100 divided by 2. 100 divided by 2 would be 50. So it'd be 50 kilometers per hour. Does that make sense, Caleb? 100 divided by 2 would give you 50. Okay, so if there are no more 432.6 divided by 16.8. 430. So make it into a whole number. Make it into a whole number. That means move the decimal place 1 over. So make it 4,326 divided by 168. And this one, because the decimals are just one and one, the same, it's one decimal place, you don't need to make it whole. You know, the answer is just going to be like 25.78. Let's just give it, because you've got one decimal place, Caleb, 0.6 and 0.8, they evenly go into each other. So just divide them normally. And at the very end, you add one decimal. So it's just like 168 divided by, or 432, 4326 divided by 168. And at the very end, add a decimal place in there. You're welcome, Caleb. You're welcome. So I think, you know, it would be probably 25.78 for that answer. Okay, but I should turn in because I've got a big day ahead of me tomorrow as well. Caleb, any questions you have about math? If you want me to write the formula out for you, just leave it in the comment section. The question that's difficult for you, leave it in the comment section, and then I'll answer it. I'll reply to it, and I'll show you how I do the math. But for most cases, speed is distance divided by time. And then for decimal divisions, it's easy just to make it into a whole number. So move the decimal place over. Okay, so everybody, thank you all for joining. If you're watching this on the replay, thanks for joining. Hope you liked it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Caleb, good luck on your test, buddy. I know you got it. I know you got it. Don't worry. Yeah, just take your time, go through each question carefully, and you have it. And for the rest of you, remember, my next live lesson will be Wednesday night, about the same time as today. So I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. After that, the next one will be Thursday. So if you can't make Wednesday, there will be another live lesson on Thursday. And then a final live lesson this week will be on Saturday morning. All right, so until the next lesson, thank you all for joining. Hope you liked the lesson. Hopefully it was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave it down below. So until the next lesson, see ya and good night.